Well, that was a horse one, wasn't it? Man, there's something. I got a frog in my throat or something. Maybe not a frog, maybe an amoeba. Okay, what are we doing here? Well, you know, I'm going to 777. No, I'm not. The title there was just another pathetic attempt to get more viewers. And that's not really true. It's not a pathetic attempt. It's a desperate attempt. But I've really given up on having a lot of viewers because my videos are too long and they're too personal and they're not really that entertaining. Look into my eyes. That was a hypnotic trance. You're now in a trance. Oh man, I tell you what. This is just a video. You know, one of the things about being on YouTube that I mean, I personally like to watch entertaining videos, but after a while they kind of get boring to me. No, I shouldn't say they get boring to me, because some of them do get very boring, but some of them are entertaining. But there's not a lot of substance in a lot of videos, and as you can go through my over 200 videos, and the ones that really have substance are very few. But it's interesting for me sometimes to listen to what people, you know, who are people, who are you, who am I? And people, you know, I like to watch people, you know, for people to see who I am. I mean, if that's what they're interested in. At this point, you know, probably a lot of people are clicking out, you know, say, well, like, why should we care about this person? And, you know, the answer is, I don't know. It depends, I guess, if you're a person that cares about other people or if you're a person that doesn't care about other people. But things have been not going so good for me lately, and it's not anyone's fault. I go through periods of depression, and I have for many years. So, you know, I go into some sort of a funk, you know, where I don't shave. You know, in my earlier videos, I mean, I shaved in all of my videos, and I think that's a little bit of a telltale sign. As far as video making, because people like to look their best, and I look a lot better, you know, when I'm not scruffy like this. Now in my real life, you know, I would go through periods. You can see my hair right here, and my hair got cut because I cut it myself. Last time I went to the hair place to get my hair cut, they freaking botched it so bad. And usually I don't care about that kind of thing because it takes a week or so to 2 weeks to grow up. This thing took freaking forever. I had to keep trimming it because it was so bad. And the person that did it, you know, they were, I guess, right out of school or something, because I go to this place is close to where I live, and there was this one guy there who used to cut my hair. Man, he was great, you know, and he moved on to somewhere else, and this woman, this young girl, you know, well, not young girl, but young woman, seriously botched it. I did this myself, which is probably worse than what she would have done or anybody else. But I digress. So I'll go through periods like if you take a note of this video, you'll probably see that my hair will continue to grow, and it'll probably get fairly long before I chop it off again. And I may not end up chopping it off until next spring when it gets hot. I don't like to have long hair in the hot weather, so that's probably what will happen there. But I haven't been feeling particularly well. My business is going down because I just can't pay attention to it, and I hired people to do my business for so long that, you know, it's easier to hire someone to do the job if you're making money. But business started to slow down, and my number one assistant took off to do some other stuff, and so it left me doing a bunch of stuff I didn't want to do. And so I jumped in there like a champ and then cranked it up and listed. I think it was when she left. I think there was something like, I can't remember. I probably listed about 1,000 items on eBay, and that was a big push, you know, to get the numbers back up and actually put the numbers up to where they were a record, the most pieces I ever had on eBay. But of late, I've been, and this hasn't been going on for a tremendously long period of time, but it's sort of been going on for at least probably close to a couple of weeks where I just don't want to do anything. And I go out to my studio to help Tommy to do some work, and I just kind of stand around. And yesterday, I went out there. I built a sculpture. There's a mound of dirt which I had put there, oh God, back in the 82 or something, and I put on top of this mound of dirt, there was this bird bath that my daughter and her husband gave me when they made a move. It's this very large metal bird bath, and it's got these two metal birds, and it's all rusted, and it's really beautiful. And so I got these pieces of wood, and I started laying them out. Let me see if I can. This is why I need to buy a camera, you know, but none of my viewers, all 12 of you, no one sends me any money. I should start e-begging. I have a camera. Let's see, I'll draw this thing. It's like, let's see, okay, there, that'll be a good place to draw it. But there's the mound. Let's see if we can get, all right, there's the mound. Okay, right there. And so I put these pieces of wood, laid these pieces of wood on there, sort of like that. And then I have this really long piece, which is something which is 2x6s, which is very long, which ended up looking like that. And it's about, I'd say this is probably about 12 feet long. And that bird bath, with the two little birds, which is very heavy, went right there. And then there's these stacks of bricks, a large stack of bricks, which is right there on the end. And then I have this other thing, which is a little tiny brick with this rock sitting on top of it, which is really kind of a nice thing. And that's sitting over there. And then on the in this area right here, obviously, right there is the fulcrum, I think is the word, right here. And that right there, so this thing is like a teeter-totter kind of a thing. And then this thing right here, you can move it back and forth in order to make the piece balance. So I moved that back and forth until I got it balanced, and it was very nice. And then the rains came, and that thing was sitting there with the wind. It sort of just gently moves. I mean, it's not like this, you know. It's just gently, just ever so slightly. The movement is ever so slight, but it's really beautiful. And then the rains came, and it started to move a little bit more, and then it kind of like dipped all the way down. So I had to go back and readjust it. But it was a fun thing to do, and that's what I did yesterday instead of helping Tommy do the wiring. So that was. What's more important, building a sculpture or doing the wiring for the house? Oh, man. But I was going to get back to work today. Oh, I'm going to get in there, you know. The old college try. You can do it. Get it. Just do it. No, I don't think so. No, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm just going to hang out today. I'll probably just do, I don't know what I'll do. That's a wonderful thing about the depressions that I go through, is that, well, I was going to say that you just don't know what you're going to do, and that's not necessarily true. You end up doing pretty much nothing, and business has been slow for a while. And I'm not. Don't get me wrong. I'm not complaining. I'm not saying that I'm you know, one paycheck away, you know, nothing like that. You know, everything's fine. You know, it's just that I have reached a point where I burned out. I started out this business, about 6 years ago, and worked. I mean, non-stop. And then I had some employees come in, and they started taking off the workload for me, and it was really good. And then you know, business started to slow down, and then my main person decided she was going to do something else, and so you know, and it wasn't a bad thing that she left, because business was really going downhill anyway. And I think that this cycle of this type of jewelry on eBay anyway I'm not saying this reaches peak, because I think there's still a lot of business out there. But what's happening is there's a tremendous amount of people doing it now, and no one can beat my prices, and the quality of what I make is excellent. So I'm at a loss as to what's going on. But one thing is for sure, the business is slow. So and I'm just rambling on, and I don't expect anybody, not even my most loyal viewers, and you know, I have some people that really enjoy watching me go through these freaking rambling sessions where I really don't say very much, and very rarely will I ever edit anything. You know, so this is just who I am and what I'm doing right here, and I know it's boring, and I know that people don't particularly care for this kind of thing, and people want to see a guy get hit in the face with a pie, and you know, have his hair catch on fire and all that. And it's just okay. Then you know, you need to move on, because well, I don't know, I might set somebody's hair on fire. I wouldn't set my own hair on fire. Let's see here. What are you gonna do? But anyway, it's interesting. Tomorrow is 7/7/7, and I wish everybody the best of luck. I hope the weather's great. I hope everybody has a good time out there. I'm looking forward to seeing the videos that come out of there, and that should be good. Oh, you know, one thing I want to talk about. There was this video. There was this video that came out. These two guys did this video, and it was a very, very dangerous video that they did. And I don't do videos. You know, I was going out to my excuse me. Boy, I was going out to my studio, so I watched the video, and I didn't have time to make a response. So I sent both of these people, and I would have sent them emails anyway. I'm not the kind of person that's going to that sees something that's wrong and then goes ahead and shoots from the hip, and it just goes, well, actually I shouldn't say that, because that's exactly what happened. But that would make a video without sending an email, PM, whatever you want to call it, to the people and say, look, this video you made is not appropriate, and you know, please, you know, adjust the situation, and I would appreciate it if you'd take it down, because it's really dangerous, and people are going to get hurt by looking at this video and trying it at home and this kind of thing. So please take it down. I didn't send that kind of an email. I was so furious when I saw that email. I sent them an email, both parties, and I sent them an email. I said, if you know, I'm going to go out to my, I can't remember exactly what the email said, but basically it was, when I get back from my studio, if this video is still up, I'm going to raise fucking hell. And when I got back, the video was down, and I got responses from both parties, and they were very upset that I had threatened them. And looking back on it, you know, I didn't think it was really a threat. I thought it was just I did not consider it to be a threat. I thought it was just a very strongly worded email that said, this thing is horrible, and I'm gonna make a video and seriously complain about it if it doesn't get taken down. And one of the parties who I actually had never had communication with before sent me an email, and he was a little bit upset, and he said he took the you know, I don't want to get involved in what he said, because all correspondence that comes to me is private. So anybody that wants to send me anything privately, you can rest assured I will never divulge anything. But the one party had sent me an email and said he was going to, you know, it was going to take it down and everything. So we started communicating a little bit, and I sent him a follow-up email, and he and I, even though we had never communicated before, actually got along quite well. And the other person, who was a very famous YouTuber, sent me a response, and he basically wanted me to calm down, and I sent him an email as well. I think I sent him a duplicate of the email that I sent this other person, and he never even responded back to me. So this is just a little bit of a public service announcement. So if you want to, you can never tell through emails. Well, that's not true. You can often tell through emails what a person's feeling, but you can't really digest everything in an email. So I wish that one particular person would have a little. Well, I don't know. I can't say anything about that. Person's not even going to watch this video. So anyway, if you got something to say to somebody, you might want to sleep on it. Although I couldn't sleep on it because it was just so. I said, man, this thing's got to go. And anyway, let's see what else I got to say. Let's see how long this video's been going on. 15 minutes. I can understand why people don't watch my videos because they're just too freaking long. But I mean, I've been talking the whole time. Gibberish. I understand, but what are you going to do? So I think probably what I'm going to do is I'm going to have another wasted day, and I'm going to go out to my studio. It's about a 45-minute ride. I'm going to take some iced tea. I'm going to drive slowly, although I know I'll be doing 75 because that's just the way it is. You get on the freeway. And also with these freaking trucks, man, I'm telling you. And this is a very dangerous situation because these trucks have killed a lot of people through this particular, it's like a pass. It's like this mountain pass area. And there have been quite a few people killed by these trucks. So I think, for me, I think the whole thing is to keep pace with everybody and just try to keep observant, because man, that's a freaking dangerous thing. And I hadn't really thought about it as being dangerous until I met this woman who was telling me that she's known 3 people that have died in that pass. So that's a lot for 2 different occasions, not in the same accident. Two accidents, 3 deaths. Okay, well anyway, thanks for watching. If you got to the end of this thing, why don't you put some sort of, put coffee cup or something so I know that you got to the end of it, because and I realize that drawing of the sculpture is not exactly the best thing, and I really will get a camera. I'm hoping to get a camera and start doing some videos where people can actually see my work, because next year, as a matter of fact, I might as well talk about this now. I don't know if it's actually going to happen, because I don't like to obligate myself to certain things. I mean, that's one of the ways that I get through life, being a fairly consistent person. Because a lot of times people say all kinds of things and it never happens. But I'm hoping very much to get something going here at the end of this year, probably, on my other channel, Hello Rodney Art, to where it's just about art and what I'm doing. And people can go over there and have the camera and be able to show you different things, and we'll try to figure out how to make that work. Because as an artist, you have to have an outlet, and that girl Valerie's Art Diary is doing a really good job, and I'm very grateful that she's got a channel there, and she's showing people how to do it, and she's succeeding with it, and more power to her. Val's Art Diary, I think, is her channel name. I'm a subscriber, so look down there in the V's. Okay, this is Hello Rodney. Thanks for watching, and I wish I had something funny to say at the end. Let's see if I got anything. Rodney, you're a dumbass. There you go. It's Hello Rodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye. Bum bum doodly doo. Bum bum doodly doo. Doo 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 doo.